Howdy folks, welcome back. Whenever I do a video and people aren't able to see what I'm trying to show, it really kind of bugs me. So I have to go back and try and do better and show it in a way where people can see it. I have to tell you though, this could be one of the last videos that I'm going to do because it's apparent to me that YouTube is not playing fair. You're not coming up on the feeds when other people are looking at, say, Mars videos or whatever. I'm just not showing up. And how you can have 100 videos, and I've got some pretty good stuff, and not come up on any of the feeds. And you do these videos and get 50 or 60 views. Pretty annoying, really. It's real annoying. So I am just not too sure what I want to do. The other thing is my subs. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. I really feel like they're playing with me, and I'm not going to play their game. So we'll see how it goes. Now this is an image by Michael Gaspard. There's one of 3 that I put up here, and these are images that he took off the backside of the moon. He had to work a lot harder on these pictures than me because they were very much more obscured and he had to unfuzz them. But he very clearly came up with a variety of these creatures, pictures of creatures on the backside of the moon. And this is along the lines of what I've found also on Mars. Now here's the kind of the star of the show here. It's a woman, and you can see her eyes. If you go to the top of the screen and right in the middle you can see 2 eyes, and that's kind of where it starts, and you have to go down from there. But she's an elegant lady, and she's smiling out of the corner of her mouth. She doesn't have a full smile, just out of the corner of her mouth. But she seems very serene, very placid, and comfortable with where she's at. Now I want to remind you that this is a satellite picture looking down, only to be seen from high altitude. And every single thing that you see in this picture is constructions, and including the pictures of the individuals. But look at the detail on the woman's chest. Look at all that piping or buildings, all kinds of stuff in there. It's very, very detailed. Now next to the woman is a portrait of her husband, and he's a very stately looking individual. He has curly hair on top of his head. He's got a beard. Again, you can see his eyes, his nose, and his mouth. And he becomes a swaddled baby. If you look on top of the portrait, you'll see the head of a baby swaddled in a blanket. And that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about pictures within pictures within pictures here. Look at the detail on the woman's chest. Is that not amazing? It's a fairly clear detail. Some of the detail comes out better in places than other places in these pictures. I don't know why that is, but it's an incredible amount of detail. And this is again a picture within a picture here. So what we have here is a family. We have a woman with a portrait of her husband, who happens to be a swaddled baby as well. And not only that, if you look on top of the woman's chest, you can see 2 dots. They're actually light rectangles. Those are eyes. So the woman's arm now becomes the ear, and this is the family pet. And the family pet almost seems to be smiling and staring into the face of the swaddled baby. So we have a woman, her husband, their swaddled baby, and the family pet. And there is more. It has to do with the detail on the woman's chest. Now here we have what looks to me like a picture of a man. He has 2 eyes. One eye may be blind. And he has all sorts of things across his face. All kinds of bandages or whatever. I don't know what all. And he's smoking a cigar, folks, of all things. And look at the woman's hand. The woman's arm and hand comes down. She's resting her hand on his chest, over his heart. And here we can see the pipe, and they even gave him fingers, thumbs. You can see his shoulder. And he's really put together. You know, Humpty Dumpty must have put this. They must have put him back together because he looks, you know, really messed up. Now, the father's head, the portrait of the father, now becomes something to hide behind, and hiding behind it is a image of what appears to be a person. I've been calling him the Tin Man. He has a pointy hat, and he's horrified. His mouth is agape, and his eyes are looking over at the man who's all put back together. It's quite a few pictures within a picture there. I think there's about 6 of them. But here they are, the nice, very lovely family. And folks, you know, we're talking serious culture here. There's jokes going on in this picture. There's subtle things. This is a really highly cultivated, and to think that this is all done from high altitude, and it makes the Nazca lines look like you know, child's play, which of course it is in comparison. Now above the woman is a python, and what to me looked like an alligator licking his lips. And if you see the bunny rabbit down to the right, the bunny rabbit seems to be looking up at the alligator like, I've got my eye on you. I do not want to be eaten. This is part of the imagery that I'm talking about, the stories. Now here's the 3 amigos. And we have a fox, a primate, and Hilda the hippo. And the Hilda the hippo's on the right, and you can see her ears up on the very top, just like hippo ears. That's you know what they look like, because she's a hippo. Why on Mars they have creatures from planet Earth, I don't know. I just really don't know. But they do, and there's lots of them. And I'm going to show you both the color version and the black and white version as well. But Mr. Fox seemed to have a little grimace on his face. Excuse me. And we'll get back to that. Now here are a couple of faces. The one in the very center is looking right at us out of the side of his eyes. Now you need to tilt your head to the right to see these, okay? So the tops of their heads are on the right and their chins are on the left. So it's as if they're sideways in the picture. You see him there? And the one guy with the white things through his cheeks, he looks like something from the movie Hellraiser. Swear to God, I don't know what that's all about. And look at the hair, or the racy hair on this friend. Yeah, they're into the racy hair. You know, look, I don't know how to say it, but I mean, there's stories going on here, and these are for us to see from people from above. Here's a bunch of figures right here, and there's a couple of cats up at the top, the cats' heads, you know, as in maybe a cheetah or, you know, something to that effect. And right in the center is a little creature with a big ear who seems to have something close to him that looks somewhat like a platypus with too many legs. But here we have right in the center of the screen, down towards the bottom, is a man, and he's got something on his face. And he's freaking out about it because he's going cross-eyed looking down at what it is that's hanging on his nose. And his girlfriend up above to the right sees it too, and her eyes are wide open and her mouth is wide open and she's freaked out. Now here we have 2 other individuals, and this is an interesting picture. This can be seen in 2 different ways. So we look like we have 2 friends here. One has racy hair, and the other looks like he's from the Archie's comic strip. You know, who knows? But if you look at it right, the man with the racy hair can also be seen as an alien head. Not only just an alien head, but one that's winking. He's winking at us. And I suppose that's why his friend, the Archie comic strip friend, is kind of shocked and so wide-eyed. Now, is that wink for us? Is this something that we're supposed to see? Is this a alien wink wink? You know, there's just, I don't know. This could really be studied and gone over by people. It'd be a lot of fun to have a group of people in a room discussing this. Here we have an insectoid and a horse. And this is like one of those Arabian horses where they really arch their heads down low, and their necks are really arched. His tongue is hanging out down towards the bottom. You can see his 2 eyes. And then next to the horse is something that's unusual. It kind of looks like a cartoon human in a way. So there you see them. I hope you were able to see these colorized individuals. I think they're here for us. They put them there for us. It must be. It must be for humans to see. These people are human. They're just like us. They have senses of humor. They get scared. They, everything. It's all. They're just like us, except they're a couple million years ahead of us. Wow, it's a hard concept. Thanks for watching, and maybe we'll see you again. I don't know.